there's three general tendencies on the American left, which I find important and interesting. The first is the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, which is the largest socialist collective group in terms of its numbers. It's well over 100,000. It has legs. I mean, probably it's comparable to the size of the Bolsheviks in Russia, which, as you know, is extremely small. So numbers has a deceptive aspect to it, right? So there's that. But, you know, their line is cooperation with the Democratic Party. They insist on it. The second line that's interesting is the Marxist unity group within DSA, which is trying to push for a complete break with Democrats. That's my position, which is basically the establishment of using the DSA as a kind of bulwark, a foundation for the break, formal break, no compromise break with the Democratic Party, and the establishment of a new party form from that. Then the third orientation, which I think is a very dangerous orientation, but is theoretically where most left-wing academics reside, is a kind of ultra-leftism, I would say, which is that social movements, since Black Lives Matter, hold with them the spontaneous wherewithal for the activation of revolutionary energy, upheaval, etc. So they put all of their cards into this kind of kinetic theory, which you see in Endnotes. You see this in a lot of like some value form adjacent people as well. And to me, like that, it is precisely that, those first two, DSA pro-Democrat Party, which is what we call social democracy orientation. Then I would say the center is the Marxist orientation. And then the third one would be this kind of spontaneous anarcho-communist orientation. So I reside kind of within the middle in my opinion, and I feel that the Sanders movement disproved 1 and 3 heavily, in my view. So
in the sense that the failure of the Bernie Sanders movement disproved.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There cannot be cooperation with Democratic Party on the one hand. On the second hand, that this spontaneous, and you know, they have a whole theory of Lumpenproletariat, which is why I'm interested in Lumpenproletariat, right? But they don't want to theorize Lumpenproletariat as a petty bourgeois formation. They want to theorize Lumpenproletariat as an explicit urban surplus population contingency, which can be activated in riots, and which is why you have, I don't want to say fetishization of the riot form, but a little bit of it, right? And I just don't think that that motto, for which the motto was become ungovernable, I felt that that just was a pipeline to feeding what I call ultra-liberalism on the left. I felt that that orientation was not organized. And I don't know that it really cared to be, in a sense. It put almost a kind of, it had a sort of strange messianism to it because of the way that it thought of the lumpen and surplus populations.